So then folks, the second part of the good, the bad and the ugly from right here in Southampton. I've come to the outskirts of the city now and I'm at a garden centre called the Garden Society. Within here is a place called the Orangery Tea House. This does not get good reviews online. 3.3 on Google, 3.4 on Tripadvisor. Not ideal. Let me read some of the headlines for you here. Pay in cash if you don't want to be overcharged. Just don't go. Disappointing afternoon tea, very expensive. High price of food. One of them here says awful breakfast and even worse staff. And within the review it says the bacon was so hard it could have competed in the Olympic discus finals. Oh God. That doesn't sound good at all, does it? And stale cake, rude staff, you get the picture. A lot of people really not recommending this place. But as always, we're here to give it a chance. You know, if you've got 3.4, a lot of those 1-star reviews are cancelled out by 5 stars, aren't they? So we shall see what it's all about. It's a beautiful sunny day. I don't know if they've got any outside seating for the tea house. It's inside the garden centre, I think. Let's go take a look. So then folks, come in and found a table. Very, very colourful walls. It's nicely decorated in here. Nice sort of leather seating around, quite sturdy tables. The whole garden centre looks a bit posh, to be honest. It's a lot posher than the one that's near where I live. The menu here. Breakfast items, brunch items apparently served all day long. Then you move into some lunches. There's a few salady bits, burgers, deli items. There's quite a lot of different stuff. You go over there to order, and I can see a bunch of different cakes, and maybe we'll get a cake to go with things. So I'm wondering how to do this. Maybe we'll grab something from the brunchy menu, something from the lunch, maybe a deli item and a bit of cake, something like that. Obviously, we're in a restaurant. I'm not going to be drinking my delicious Holy in here. We'll head back to Greeno Towers and talk about that in a little bit more detail in a little while. Anyway, I'm going to head up, get some food ordered. I'm a hungry boy. I'm hoping this is going to be decent. Been up and placed my order. We've put the Holy away. Got myself an Orangina. You don't see that very often here in the UK, do you? Camera person's got a Sprite, 2 soft drinks, £7. That's a bit punchy, isn't it, for in a little garden centre cafe? So what else did we order? We've ordered a croque monsieur croissant, £12.95. That'll be a big croissant. Ham, egg and chips is £15.95. And what they're calling a Scotch egg ploughman's. Let's have a little read of that off the menu here. Apparently it's a homemade Scotch egg, pickles, apple salad, chorizo mayonnaise and sourdough bread. Doesn't sound an awful lot going on. And again, that's £15.95. So in total, £51.85. Well, I know I said this looked like a bit of a posh garden centre, but unless these dishes are pretty damn good, I mean, that's kind of almost gastro pricing in part, isn't it? Well, that did not take long at all. Really, really quick. 3 plates of food are here. We have the croque monsieur croissant, just with a few leaves chucked over it. I say £12.95 for that. Seems a little bit punchy based on that. The ham, egg and chips is here. Only 1 egg. Ham looks nice. Not a huge amount of chips. A lot of salad there as a plate filler, isn't there? £15.95. And this is their Scotch egg ploughman's. There's a big slice of bread toasted up, 1 Scotch egg, and a few pickly bits and a bit of apple on the side. Yeah, not exactly what I was hoping for. You know, I thought Scotch egg ploughman's, you still want a bit of cheese or something on there, don't you? Anyway, let me get myself sorted out. I think we're going to do it in this order. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. So we've come away from the Orangery, back here at Greeno Towers where I'm busy doing some editing, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about Holy. Now, I'll be the first to admit, when I was first contacted by Holy, I was a little bit sceptical. Wasn't quite sure whether these little sachets of powder, putting them into water, were going to be for me. But they sent me through the starter pack, which contains 57 of those little sachets of all sorts of different flavours, and it didn't take long for me to be converted, to be honest with you. Now, of course, not all the flavours are going to be for you in that pack, but what it does help you do is filter down and find the ones that you do like, and then you can invest in the bigger tubs of them. Great thing about these, 50 bottles worth of product in there. So you get a flavour you like, you can get 25 litres of it out of one of those pots. What's not to like? This one is my current favourite. Blue raspberry. Do you know what it does? It reminds me, when I was a kid, kicking around in the back garden or whatever, you come in, dive into the freezer, and you know, you used to have those ice poles or ice pops. Raspberry was always blue, wasn't it, for some reason? Strawberry's red, cherry is red. Raspberry was blue. But this just takes me right back. Oh, yeah. I love this stuff. I'm getting through loads of it. I'm going to have to get another tub soon. Also, though, with these sachets, I travel quite a lot. And when you're on the move, these are an absolute godsend. When you're getting your stuff together, you just bung a few of them in your backpack. You're on the train, you're in a hotel or wherever. Get a bottle of water, bung one of those in it, and you're good to go. Yeah, completely converted. Completely converted. And of course, the good folk at Holy have got discounts for viewers of my channel. Just scan that QR code on the screen or check in the description down below for details of how you can save money using my codes. Right, let's head back to Southampton and to the Orangery. Fingers crossed, it's not as bad as people say. So we're starting with this croque monsieur croissant. So what have we got here? It's like one croissant with a ham on the top, cheese. I'm not sure if there's any sort of bechamel or anything with it. A little bit of what looks a bit like a mustard mayo over the top. And then underneath, a load of mixed leaves, which are wilting because they've had something hot put on top of them. Right, it's the kind of place here where everything comes in sachets, even the salt. There's no salt and pepper on the table. You help yourself to cutlery, which I have done here. In fact, not very clean cutlery. I don't even see there's a black mark on the top of that fork there. Luckily, I picked up more than one set. So we're good. Yeah, that one looks better. Right. A little bit crispy around the outside. Let's just see how it is, shall we? Get a bit of everything on here. Get a little bit of this sauce. Bit of the ham. Quite thick cut ham. Doesn't look too bad. Yeah, the salad I'm probably going to leave because like you can see underneath here, it's not very nice right now. Where it's been there with the hot croissant sat on top. It's okay, it's quite dry. Could do with some more of that sauce over the top. Let's get a bit with a bit more cheese. We'll dig right into the middle of it here. There we go. Somewhere over, I don't think I've got any croissant then. Which is quite a skill. It's pretty bland as well, to be honest with you. The cheese is quite mild. There's no oomph from that. The ham doesn't have a huge amount of flavour either. And it's not bad. But it's just lacking that kind of oomph you want. Something punchy in there, flavour-wise. That's just going to give you a bit of a kick. I mean, would I be happy to come here and pay £13 for this as a sort of brunch item? By the time you put a drink on there, I mean, even that Orangina is £3.50. Coffees are about £4, I think. Yeah, I just think it's a bit too much money for what it is. I mean, it's okay. Would I order it again? Probably not. Plate 2 now, folks. So we have the ham, egg and chips here. Got a couple of slices of ham there. Egg nicely cooked. It looks like it's going to be a runny yolk there. Not the biggest portion of chips in the world. And a load of salad. The salad here actually looks pretty good. It is basic. Just some mixed leaves, cherry tomatoes, and cucumber with a bit of dressing over the top. And a bit of salt and pepper. I said, nothing else is seasoned here, so we're going to go with a little bit of salt to go onto the egg, onto the chips. There we go. And I've got some mustard here if I want any to go with the ham. And normally, I'd cut into the egg and show you what it's like. But come on, we got chips here. We've got to dip into the dippy egg, haven't we? Come and have a little look. Let's see if this is a runny egg yolk or not. Yep. That's what we're looking for. That is a good egg. Let's give these chips and the egg a try. Feels crispy. Cold. And that's not because we've been on for so long chatting about the croissant. I reckon these have been sat somewhere for a little while prior to being served to us. They are not remotely warm. They're quite nice chips. And maybe they've just decided because the ham's cold, the salad's cold, the chips should be as suboptimal, shall we say. Move them out the way a little bit. Try a bit of this salad, see what the dressing's like. So we got some spinach in here, some other different leaves. Yeah, that's okay. Just leaves out of a bag. A very sort of basic vinaigrette over the top. A bit of pepper. It's fine. Quite a lot of it though. You normally just expect a little bit of garnish. But yeah, this is taking up half the plate. Which means the ham, egg and chips you're getting would probably fit on a little side plate, wouldn't it? Get some of this egg going. I mean, that's fine. No problem with that. The ham, let's take a look. What do you think about that? That's quite a large piece of fat in the middle of it, isn't it? I mean, I know you can't odds the way ham is going to come out. Is it going to be the same as the one in the croque monsieur, though? Yeah? It is. It's nice enough, it's thick cut. But it just needs a bit more flavour to it. I'm guessing this has just been boiled rather than roasted at all. It's still quite moist, but it doesn't have an intensity of flavour about it at all. I mean, again, it's nice enough. Is it worth £16 in a garden centre? Not really. So, dish number 3, the Scotch egg ploughmans. And the more I've looked at this, the more kind of ill-conceived it appears to me. You've got some toasted sourdough here with some butter, but there's nothing else to kind of go with the bread, really. You've got some pickled items here and a bit of apple, and a Scotch egg. I mean, you're not going to make a Scotch egg sandwich or anything, are you? You need, like, some of that ham, a bit of cheese or something to go with this. It's just a bit odd all round. Anyway, let's give it a try. We'll start with some of this salady stuff. Some very finely kind of like matchsticked apple, which is fine, but not sure the point of it. Pickled items. We've got some, do you think it's a cornichon, maybe? Maybe it's a slightly bigger pickle sliced up. But I mean, you're not going to put that on the bread, are you, really? We have chorizo mayo here. I mean, again, is that supposed to go with the egg? It's just diced up bits of chorizo in mayonnaise and the Scotch egg itself. Now, this is a homemade Scotch egg. One thing I would say, it's just about jammy. But that touch over. Normally these days, people are able to get their Scotch eggs a little bit sort of jammier, runnier than that, aren't they? This is £15.95. £15.95. A Scotch egg, a bit of bread, and a few pickles. I mean, I moaned not that long ago about paying £10 for an egg down in Cornwall. I'm paying £16 for an egg now with a little bit of sides. Anyway, let's see how it tastes. The egg itself has a strange consistency. I don't even see this here. It's almost like spongy with little holes in it. Can you see that? Which is a bit weird. Let's try it by itself. They're kind of... I don't know, it almost feels Spongy but leathery at the same time. That is not pleasant. That is not pleasant. The sausage meat with the breadcrumb here. We'll try a little bit of this mayo with it. It's nice enough. And quite a thin layer of breadcrumb in on there. The sausage meat is of a decent quality. But yeah, I mean, again, come in and have a look at this egg here. Within the Scotch egg. Can you see it's got all like little holes in it? I don't know how you achieve that. It's almost like, looks like an egg crossed with a croissant, doesn't it? With little layers or something. We'll try the bread. I say it's just a plate filler. There's nothing to go with it. It's been vaguely toasted on the outside, but literally just enough to char it. The inside is just normal bread. Yeah, this plate is a disappointment. I had some really nice ploughmans on the channel. I had one down at Paul Ainsworth's. I had one down at the Cornish Arms. They weren't much more money than this, and they were a lot better, let me tell you. Yeah, this, ill-conceived, not well executed. That egg is just weird. Yeah, this is a low point, let me tell you. So, we've come outside now. I said I wasn't going to drink any of this wholly in there. Camera person had no such compunction. Drank the Sprite, then started on this. So, less for me on the drive home now, unfortunately. Them's the breaks. But yeah, if you want to try it, QR code on the screen. Code's down below. I love the stuff. Right, let's talk about this. The Orangery Tea House. Here at the Garden Society in Southampton. We'll start with the positives. It's a beautiful place. Just sort of on the outskirts, maybe even just outside of Southampton perhaps, not entirely sure. Lovely. Nice and green. Nice posh plants and stuff inside. You know, it's obviously a garden centre for the more well-to-do. They won't enjoy eating here though. And we've seen that from the reviews, haven't we? Let me see if I can get this open. What did we have? The croque monsieur at £12.95, croque monsieur croissant. The ham, egg and chips, £15.95. The Scotch egg ploughman's £15.95. And the 2 soft drinks for a total of £7. At least there's no service charge on there. £51.85. Now, I'm going to tell you about what happened at the end of the meal. Obviously, we didn't eat all of that croissant. We probably ate about half of it. It was really quite bland. The ham, egg and chips, camera person ate some of the ham, bit of the egg, and some of the chips. They were cold though. They were cold, like stone cold. Scotch egg ploughman's. You saw what I ate. We didn't touch it beyond that. That egg on there is just weird. At the end of the meal, the person who served us came over to the table. I showed him the egg. She offered to go and have a chat with the chef for me, which she did. And about 10 minutes later, came back saying, oh, chef's not quite sure what's happened there. It's a bit weird, isn't it? We've cut another one open, and it's just fine, so it must just be that one. It's like, okay, but that's the one you served me, and we haven't eaten it. Yeah, sorry about that. End of conversation. No offer of any redress, refund. I'd mentioned the fact that the chips were cold on the ham, egg and chips too. No offer to replace any of it. £51.85 for a lunch that we didn't eat. I can see why the people of Southampton are scoring this poorly, because I just think that's wrong. Now, obviously, you don't want to make too much of a scene and start demanding refunds, okay? Basically, the way we do these reviews is whatever happens, happens, you know? If we complain and get offered a refund, yeah, great. If we complain, don't get offered anything, we'll tell you about it, because that's the experience you're likely to have. Really, really disappointing. It's got such potential as well. The room is lovely. The staff that we encountered were all perfectly pleasant enough, but the food just lets it down. Just lets it down. I mean, coming here for a coffee, bit of cake, There's a nice outdoor seating area, which I saw afterwards. Something like that, fine. Have a meal here? I wouldn't bother. What am I going to score it? Camera person normally shows me something. Camera person's saying 0. I don't think we can say 0. Because the ham was all right. The service was okay. The room's nice. Every positive thing I say, she's like slightly changing what she's showing me there. I think we're going with a 2 out of 10. It's way overpriced for what it is. The food quality is not there. The design of that Scotch egg ploughman's is just weird. That's been designed by someone who doesn't know how to operate a kitchen. Yeah. Not good. Not good. Anyway, so in Southampton, we've had the good. Now we've had the bad, and it was bad. We've got to do the ugly one next. Oh dear. Wonder what that will be. You'll have to tune in next time to find out, won't you? In the meantime, click a thumbs up there. Hype. If you're on a mobile device, hype. That's what all the cool kids are doing. Did I say subscribe to the channel already, camera person? No, I didn't, so you got to do that. Look through the vault. All that stuff. Come on, you guys know the drill by now. Right. I'm going to drink the remaining bit of this holy on the way home. Huh? You're going to need to stop for a wee on the way back, the amount you've drunk, I reckon. Anyway, I'll see you next time, folks. Bye for now.